Welcome everyone to Trend Tracker. In today's video, I'm going to be going over the importance of identifying supply and demand areas on the chart. First up on the screen, I've got the chart of Bitcoin on here. So as I mentioned in the previous video, so we've got an inverse head and shoulders pattern here. Why that's important is Bitcoin has been in a bit of a downtrend this year, and it looks like it has potentially reversed that. And one of the key things we can use to identify that is this inverse head and shoulders pattern. So I've got the left shoulder here, the head here, and the right shoulder here, and also a bullish divergence on the awesome oscillator here as well. Now, the first supply area is here. So if I were to zoom in, you would see every time price comes up to this level, it's immediately rejected. And in fact, it even comes down and makes a new low as well. And then when every time it comes up to that area again, it's rejected as well. So it was rejected a further 2 times here as well. Now, eventually it does manage to break out of this area, therefore making this supply area now a demand area. Now it's come up here, and why it's important is that we can use these supply and demand areas to see where price potentially may look to go next. Now, if we look further, that's up here as well. So why it's important to look at this, right, is that what moves the price of any asset at the end of the day is the supply versus demand. So these areas is potentially where sellers are going to look to short or take profits, and the demand areas is where potentially buyers are going to look to get long. Now, at the moment, it looks like it's trading in between these two demand and supply area. And as mentioned previously, we already marked it here previously before, it's rejected here from that supply area as well, because potentially this is where sellers are looking to short. Now, on top of that, you imagine if you are looking to go short, you take profit, your stop loss is probably going to be somewhere up around here. And breakout traders, should that supply area be breached, are potentially going to look to go long as well. So you've got multiple forces all competing, and at the moment it is looking at like it's trading in between these two areas. So it's important to watch these areas going forward if you are going to trade in this way. Now, next up, I've got the chart of Twilio on the screen. So similar to before, in a downtrend, still in a downtrend technically, but you are seeing an inverse head and shoulders here as well. Left shoulder here, head here, and right shoulder here as well. Now, I've marked up this supply area. Look, every time it comes up to it is immediately rejected and comes back down. Now, one more thing I do want to point out as well is this candle here. So this is known as fading a move. So it's come up here, buyers have managed to push it all the way up to that supply area, but as mentioned, it's a supply area, so this is where sellers are potentially looking to get in, and they've pushed that down and they've stopped that momentum, therefore validating this supply area and making this a fade of the move. So this is where shorters have looked to potentially get in as well. Now, it's been pushed back down, almost made a new low. It's coming up further here as well. We've got a retracement down here to its moving average, potentially looking to target the supply area again. So this would be a key area to watch if you are going to be looking to trade the trend on this particular asset. Next up, I've got the chart of Pilbara Minerals. So this stock did manage to come up and make an all-time high. So clearly in a big uptrend here, but as mentioned, we've got a supply area here marked on the chart. Now, it come up here and it tested this area 3 times, and all of those times it's come in and the move was faded, therefore going down and making a further low. Now, it's come up here, didn't manage to get to this area here, but they eventually faded and come down low. So we're able to identify this as a supply area as well. Now, as it's come up further here as well, right, you've got resistance here, as pointed out here, and it did manage to break through there, but immediately as it's come to this level, it's been faded again, and now it looks like it's potentially heading lower as well. So if you are a breakout trader, you're watching these areas, or if you're someone who's looking to go short, you're watching these areas. That's really the importance of identifying supply and demand areas on the chart. So why am I showing you these charts? Why am I identifying supply and demand areas on the chart? Well, as mentioned, supply and demand is what moves the price of any asset at the end of the day. And if you're able to identify these, right, if you're looking to go short, okay, I've identified the supply area. This is where potentially shorters are looking to get involved. If you're looking to go long, maybe you're looking to hold something as a longer term investment. Perhaps if you notice something's approaching a supply area, well, maybe you want to wait for a breakout to confirm the move, or maybe you want to wait for price to come down to a demand area before you come to any sort of conclusion. That's really the importance of it. A lot of people, they don't understand the fundamentals as to what's moving price at the end of the day, and they don't have a key strategy around where to potentially look to short or where to potentially buy. It is very basic, but it is at least one sort of way that you can implement into your strategy going forward. Now, if you like this kind of analysis, you want me to do more of it, by all means, comment down below an asset or a stock ticker that you'd like me to look at. Happy to reach out or even include it in the next video. I'll see you in the next one.